Welcome back to the Second Amendment Sentinel, where we talk real-world tactics, not range-day fantasy. Home defense isn't a game. It is a war zone you never asked for, and when the stress hits, you need a tool that operates like an extension of your own nervous system. Forget about looking cool on Instagram. We are talking about absolute precision when the adrenaline is dumping and every single shot has to count. That is why we are locked and loaded, diving deep into the 10 9mm pistols that sit at the very apex of the defensive food chain in 2025. We have got a lineup here that spans from the reliable, budget-friendly workhorses to those competition masterpieces that simply do not miss. Kicking off this definitive list at number 10 is the Springfield Hellcat Pro. This is a masterclass in how to engineer maximum concealability with full-size fight. Springfield Armory took a machine tool to the hammer-forged barrel and the slide, crafting a single perfectly timed port right into the steel. That cut is not there for mere aesthetics, folks. It is a tactical force multiplier. It dramatically shears off muzzle rise, fundamentally changing the felt recoil impulse. The result is simple. You can get those sights back on target faster, way faster than you could with any standard uncompensated barrel. It is chambered in 9mm, naturally, and it ships to you ready for action with a 15-round flush magazine for deep concealment days and a 17-round extended magazine for when you need that extra gas in the tank back at the firearm safe. The slide is completely optics ready for your modern red dots, with zero need for those flimsy, failure-prone adapter plates. You also get a Picatinny rail, and listen up, mounting a weapon light on that is not optional. It is absolutely mandatory for identifying a target in the dark. The U-dot sights are intuitive, lining up naturally with how your eyes actually function under extreme stress. This thing sports a 3.7-inch barrel, which gives you solid velocity out of your chosen defensive loads, all wrapped in a melanite finish to fight off corrosion. Dropping in at number 9 is the Canik MC9 Prime. If you are looking for a true, ready-to-go, grab-and-go defensive solution, this bundle is simply stacked. I am not talking about a stripped-down gun in a plastic box. I am talking about an entire system. You get a G-code ambidextrous holster, 3 distinct back straps for perfect hand fit, and all the tools you need for immediate deployment. The slide features aggressive lightning cuts to reduce the reciprocating mass, and it has integral compensation paired with a ported barrel to utterly crush muzzle flip. For the reality of a low-light encounter, you have tritium night sights that glow like radioactive isotopes. That is critical for home defense. $600 gets you this whole rig, including 2 17-round magazines. The trigger is an aluminum diamond-cut flat-face design, and it breaks with a surgical crispness right at 90 degrees. The grip stippling is aggressive enough to hold onto, even if your hands are sweating bullets from a close-quarters encounter. With a 3.64-inch barrel and an optics-ready slide that allows for that perfect co-witness of your red dot and your irons, this Canik punches way above its weight class and its price tag. Canik has proven, unequivocally, that you do not need to spend a fortune to put a reliable, serious defensive tool on your hip. Holding strong at number 8 is the Girsan Witness 2311. This pistol is a revelation, a spectacular merging of tradition and modern capacity. The engineers at Girsan managed to cram 17 rounds of 9mm into a platform, featuring a stubby 3.4-inch barrel. This gives you the kind of maneuverability you absolutely need in close quarters indoors, while maintaining the iconic manual of arms of the 191B. If you grew up shooting the old government models, this 2311 feels exactly like shaking hands with a reliable old friend, instantly familiar in your grip. You get an extended beaver tail to aggressively stop the dreaded hammer bite, and an ambidextrous thumb safety that caters to both right-handed and left-handed shooters. The skeletonized hammer and trigger dramatically cut down on the lock time, ensuring lightning-fast engagement. Plus, there is a removable magazine well that funnels the magazine for incredibly fast indexed reloads. Up front, you have a full-length rail for your mandatory weapon light, and reliable Novak-style 3-dot sights are installed up top. Rolling into number 7, we have German engineering at its most relentless with the Heckler & Koch TFM P9. This striker-fired platform was never designed just to look pretty. It was built and perfected to utterly dominate in serious law enforcement circles globally. The company recently upgraded the standard magazines to hold 17 rounds, finally ditching the older 15-rounders, without requiring a single millimeter of growth to the grip size. The sights are high visibility, giving you an instantly fast sight picture for when things unexpectedly go sideways. You can absolutely get it optics ready to mount a dedicated red dot, and the HoloSun SCS mounts directly to the slide for an ultra-low profile, which is critical for natural sight acquisition. The barrel itself is polygonal with 6 aggressive grooves, optimizing the seal behind the bullet for significantly better velocity. The trigger breaks with a clean snap right at 5.4 pounds and features a notoriously short reset for rapid, controlled follow-up shots. You can find magazines available in 10, 15, or 17 rounds, depending on the laws of the jurisdiction where you live. The price tag sits around $830, but you are paying for the kind of premium manufacturing and flawless consistency that only H&K can deliver. At number 6 is the undisputed legend itself, the Glock 17. Police forces and militaries trust this handgun around the world for one overriding reason. It works every time, without fail. The safe action trigger system guarantees you the identical pull weight and feel every single time you press it, with no external safety levers to fumble with or forget under the crushing pressure of stress. Standard capacity is a formidable 17 rounds, but you can absolutely stick a 33-round fun stick in there if you need to turn the gun into a light machine pistol. The 4.49-inch barrel is optimized to get full, ethical velocity out of your modern defensive loads. It weighs in at a perfect 22 ounces, making it light enough for comfortable carry, but just heavy enough to shoot incredibly flat. Field stripping the Glock takes seconds, meaning you have zero excuse for a dirty gun. The polymer frame laughs off sweat, humidity, and general abuse. At around $600, you are not just buying a pistol, you are buying into the biggest, most versatile aftermarket ecosystem on the planet. Charging hard into the top 5, coming in at number 5 is the Sig Sauer M17. Let me be crystal clear. This is the pistol that flat out won the US Army contract, surviving the most brutal, torturous testing in modern military history. This is a P320-based platform, and it wears that distinctive coyote tan PVD finish like a badge of honor. The slide features the exact military spec optic cut, so you can mount a red dot with battlefield-grade confidence. You get excellent SIG light night sights, and the controls are all finished in black, just like the ones currently issued to our troops in harm's way. The grip module itself comes in 3 distinct sizes, allowing you to perfectly fit the gun to your hand, and not the other way around. This particular model features a manual safety, giving you that extra familiar layer of security, if that is your personal preference. For about $600, you get serious hardware, including one 17-round flush magazine and 2 devastating 21-round extended magazines. That is an enormous amount of firepower on tap, ready to rock. Taking the number 4 spot, we have the highly innovative Springfield Echelon. This pistol is not just an iteration. It represents a genuine leap forward in defensive handgun technology. The Echelon features the revolutionary Variable Interface System, or VIS. This system finally solves the decades-long headache of fiddly adapter plates. You can now mount over 30 different red dots directly to the slide, with 0 plates involved. This critical design choice means your optic sits significantly lower to the bore axis, giving you a far better, cleaner co-witness with your rugged iron sights. The true heart of this Echelon is its central operating group. This is a fully serialized chassis, which means you can swap out the grip modules for different sizes and colors, exactly like you can with the SIG P320. The 4-inch hammer-forged barrel is simply wildly accurate right out of the box. You get one flush-fit 15-round magazine and one generous 18-round extended magazine. Now for a handgun so famous it barely needs an introduction. At number 3 is the undisputed Goldilocks of pistols, the Glock 19. Why Goldilocks? Because it is perfectly sized, big enough to truly fight with, yet still small enough to reliably hide under an everyday shirt. With its compact 4-inch barrel, it hits the absolute sweet spot, balancing ballistic velocity and comfortable concealment perfectly. It remains the default, go-to answer for a true do-it-all handgun. You get 15 rounds in the standard magazine, but this platform is endlessly versatile. It will gladly accept the larger Glock 17 magazines, or even the giant drum magazines if you want to get truly crazy on the range. The legendary safe action system is exactly what you expect from Glock. Simple, consistent, and utterly reliable. It weighs just over 21 ounces. The polymer construction is simply bomb-proof. Height-wise, it is noticeably shorter than the 17, which minimizes printing when you are carrying concealed. Breaking into the rarefied air at number 2, we find the uncompromising Kimber 2K11. This is the exact point where the high-capacity 191B design hits its spectacular modern peak. Kimber engineers built an enhanced subframe specifically and unapologetically for double-stack magazines, finally fixing the feeding issues that used to fatally plague these types of guns in the past. You get a rail out front for your crucial low-light equipment and a heavy-duty stainless steel slide featuring a robust external extractor for serious non-stop reliability. The barrel is ramped, meaning it will feed hollow points just as reliably and smoothly as ball ammunition. The proprietary grips are an aggressive blend of Kevlar and carbon fiber, offering crazy strength, incredible texture, and phenomenal control. You are looking down a long 5-inch barrel with ultra-precise rifling, built for surgical accuracy. It weighs a substantial 35 ounces, which is heavy, but that weight works for you. It makes 9mm recoil feel no heavier than a .22 long rifle. The match-grade trigger breaks with the feel of a glass rod snapping, between 3 and 4 pounds. It is finished in a durable Coyote PVD coating for maximized longevity. And taking the highly coveted number 1 spot, rising above the competition, is the spectacular CZ Shadow 2 Carry. This is pure focused Czech engineering aimed directly at pure performance. It takes the championship pedigree and lightning speed of the legendary Shadow 2 and shrinks it down, perfecting it for legitimate daily carry. This system features an essential decocker, so you can safely and confidently lower the hammer on a loaded chamber without sweating bullets. It utilizes a double-action, single-action system. That critical first double-action pull is substantial, weighing in around 11.9 pounds. But the subsequent single-action break? It is a crisp 4.7 pounds, with a reset that is so short, it feels nearly instantaneous. The slide is expertly cut for mounting optics directly, keeping them incredibly low to the bore axis for natural sight acquisition. Critically, you still have functional backup irons in case your battery fails or your red dot takes a hit. The Cold Hammer forged 4-inch barrel is a certified tack driver built for extreme precision. The frame is forged aluminum, keeping the overall carry weight right around 30 ounces. It balances absolutely perfectly in the hand. You get a dependable 15 rounds of capacity and multiple integrated safety redundancies, all for $1,450. No, it is not cheap. But you are not just getting a gun. You are getting competition-level shootability in a carry package you can truly trust your life to. So, let me ask you, my fellow firearms enthusiasts, which of these 9mm powerhouses would you put your ultimate trust in to guard your front door? Did your favorite carry gun make our top 10 list? Or did we tragically leave an absolute beast out of the conversation? Sound off aggressively in the comments below. I want to hear exactly what you are running for home defense. If this video was helpful and armed you with better knowledge, smash that like button right now and subscribe to the Second Amendment Sentinel channel for more non-nonsense reviews. Hit that notification bell so you absolutely do not miss the next deep dive we release. Stay safe, stay trained, and stay vigilant.